Feminism. First wave, second wave feminism. Hey, I fully supported it. I support a women's right to vote, even though some people are going back on that and second guessing it these days. I still stand with you ladies in your right to vote. Third wave feminism, though, was made up oppression. Third wave feminism destroyed women, destroyed the nuclear family, made women go down that girl boss, I'm a strong independent woman who don't need no man path, only to now be in their late 30s, early 40s, many of them single moms or unmarried and unhappy. Third wave feminism was a lie sold to women to make them miserable. Now, I don't feel bad for them because of all the horrible things they said about men over the years. But here's a very interesting story. A single man enrages a girl after he asks her to pay half for the date. Feminist until time to split the bill. I asked my Tinder date to split the bill with me on our first date, and she was furious. And so are thousands of others. There's absolutely nothing wrong with splitting the bill, especially if it's a first date. Now, as I've gotten older, my opinion on who pays for the date has kind of changed. It should be whoever asks you out on the date. If the woman asks, then she should pay. If the man asks, then he should pay. But I think that you also want to work that out in your couple. For example, when I was young and dating and stuff like that, it was like whoever had the money. You know, if we went out to dinner, it was like, oh, I have $7, she has $13. Okay, we can go to Perkins, or we can go to George Webb's, or whatever the case is. Now that I'm older, if I were on the dating scene, if I asked a woman out, the expectation that I would lay on myself is that I pay for everything. Now, I wouldn't be using hookup apps like Tinder, but that's neither here nor there. A single man has ignited a fierce debate of insisting on splitting the bill with his Tinder date. The man from Miami, Florida, who goes by the username The Waterboy, asked the woman out to dinner for a first date, but she was not pleased when he made her pay for half the meal. While secretly recording the encounter, that's not also... If we're talking about trust, I don't know about all that. The woman passive-aggressively threw down her credit card and asked, "Why are we splitting the bill?" He replied, "Well, I mean, it's our first date, so I thought we should maybe go half." The awkward conversation was shared on TikTok and left thousands furious, with many women arguing that the man should have paid for the date since he was the one who asked the woman out in the first place. Now, I would generally agree with that. If you asked her out, then you should pay. However, I think the woman should not have the expectation of him paying for everything, and splitting the bill was clearly a test.
So I thought we should maybe go half.
I can't believe you made us split the bill.
I mean, you ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. Why do you think that I should
Okay,
pay
but
for it?
you asked me out.
I know, but you ordered something
You
that I did.
asked me out.
All right, I'll just take you home and...
Yeah.
All right, see ya. Hello?
She's so pissed.
Hello? See ya.
Bye.
She's so pissed. Oh my God.
Tinder date.
Now, I would say that he did ask her out and therefore should have paid. Okay, that's what I would say.
Tinder date was...
And a lot of women say, I'm with her, you asked her out for the date, you pay. The fact that he tried to argue about the appetizer speaks volumes. Bro, if you invite, you pay. If not, let her know so she can have the choice right from the start. My man flew in from another state to take me on our first date because he did this. I offered to pay for our dinner. He still wouldn't let me pay. Basically, everybody's roasting him. I think that it was probably a test and probably maybe the most awkward ride home ever. To me, I think the entitlement that she had towards the idea of even having to split the bill tells you a lot. Also, to be fair to my lady viewers, the fact that he was filming it doesn't look that great for him. You know what I mean? Like, the comments roasting him, by the way, are all chicks. Every one of these are chicks who are mad. Like, all these are chicks roasting him. You know, if I pulled out my wallet and insist we split, date's gone wrong. If you asked to split, date's gone wrong. You weren't seeing her again. He probably, what people are saying is you didn't like her anyway. I'm so proud of this queen. Queen. I mean, I'm not, so all these girls are pissed at him. I think, quite frankly, it's not exactly, it's not exactly great to be filming your date. Now, here's what I think might have happened. He met this chick. Didn't like her. They weren't vibing. Okay? So he decided, well, I'm going to get some content out of it. That's what my guess is. My guess is that he was not vibing with this chick at all and was like, hey, I'm just going to make some content out of it. So he's kind of a douchebag too. I'll just put it that way. But it's not like he put her face out there. He didn't put her face on camera. He didn't put her name out there, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I think he's basically, he's not that bad. The women could be heard unbuckling her seatbelt, getting out of the car. The video has since been viewed 6.2 million times. One person encouraged the man to be a gentleman and pay the whole bill on future dates, and many agreed. Wrong. The expectation of men to pay for everything. Is there an expectation of women that we could say is the same? I don't think so. Right? Is the expectation that if you take her out to a nice dinner, that you're going to get a good old fashioned on the way home? I don't think so. I mean, I know that's kind of a joke or a meme, but I don't think that that's really, that's not really the expectation of men. There are many, of which there are many in order to please women, but there are almost none for women. I think my expectation, or my by my estimation, he was not going out with this chick ever again. And so he was like, well, screw this. To be fair, I would say, you ask her out, you should pay. But I grew up doing 50-50 all the time. Or like, you pay for dinner, I pay for drinks, or I pay for drinks, you pay for dinner, or you pay for the Uber and I'll pay for dinner. You want a girl who wants to pay her share. You might be thinking, Jeremy, you're going down the wrong path. The man should pay no matter what. Baloney. The man should not pay no matter what. Absolutely not. Relationships are partnerships. And if the expectation from date one is that the man is going to pay for everything, unless the woman is willing to do, to basically be subservient to the man, I can't imagine a good relationship starting out that way. You're basically a prostitute. If the girl offers to pay, that's a keeper. If she's willing to split, or she's willing to be like, it was like, we had 3 drinks, let me pay for a round. Or a common thing that, like, normally I always pay, but if the person I'm with doesn't want to get like big timed or whatever, they feel like they're getting big. I'm like, you pay the tip. You want to pay the tip, you pay the tip. Or wherever the case is, in the situation. I mean, I think if you ask, you might think, well, chivalry's dead. Well, it is. because there used to be benefits to chivalry. Now, chivalry is just called toxic masculinity. If you open a door for a woman, you're oppressing her. You're in the wrong. You're saying, well, she can't open that door. I'm not saying that men shouldn't pay. I'm just saying if the expectation is that you're supposed to pay for everything all the time, well, then you're just a prostitute. Because, you're not bringing anything else to the relationship other than, your presence. Again, my guess is, and if you're wondering where chivalry went, women killed it. I think that ultimately, you want someone who wants to pay the bill, and then you pay it anyway. That's the type of girl you'd want to go out on a second date for. Like, let me throw something in. No, it's cool. It's straight. It's cool. I don't think you want some girl whose the expectation is that she's going to have 6 drinks on your tab and you're going to pay for it all. That's insane. If she makes no attempt to pay for it whatsoever, she's for the streets. If it's a first date, you don't owe her anything. And she should, there's the expectation to be, she should at least be trying to. But I guess that's my opinion. I suppose people will tell me if I'm wrong in the comments or not. But I think that he's getting a lot of unfair heat, but he's also not exactly some kind of super ultra Chad for finding some shallow girl and filming her and putting it on TikTok. That's like lady behavior too. But, I'll be interesting to hear what you have to say.